And there's different types of stories. Some people will come with the story and come with the whole and really embody it and show you why they were sorry, break it down, give you the explanation. It's like, okay, you're getting somewhere
because
here.
They care.
Those ones.
Because they care. If you
rare,
don't care, you won't move differently.
Yeah, come with that
carry on
understanding and bring it to the table.
But then that comes back down to
Also, it's do you know? And you're right about going through it, because to get to where I am now, you have to go through it. And the big thing about it is putting you in a position that you don't want to be in, right? So say for example, you say sorry or else. This person doesn't say sorry. Now you have to find an or else.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like I've said to the guy, who's the biggest gangster I've met, because man has seen on my crep in a club and they're bigger than you and they say, sorry fam, and they're proper so can I let me get you a drink, and they're trying to do the most. They're really sorry, but you don't give a toss. And you're the biggest guy.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Because if you never had that self-awareness and self-help, you could be punching this person way across the room, because you're like, that big man in the club wouldn't do this. You're behaving like this, so now I have to behave like this to get my point across. And this is what I mean about, for me, this is what I mean about, I don't need those words, because I don't need you trying to put me in a place where I don't need to go. All I just need is for you to change your actions. We can't behave like this. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a line in the sand right now, and then we'll see how it goes.
Either way, I feel like it's a thing where words can mean nothing, words can mean everything, but as you said, it comes with the action. But either way, it needs to be spoken on. And when I say that is communication, at that point it is communication, because like you said, it may not be the sorry. For me, it may not be the promise. For you, it may not be the love, but it's everything that comes with it. So if that's not spoken about in the first place, exactly, intentions follow. But if you meet someone and it's like, oh yeah, okay, people tend to have, and I think if everyone says no, then I think you're all bullshit. Because at some point in our lives, we've all done the whole, let's get to know a person as we go along. That's how you get to know people.
Not consciously, no.
No, but that's my point. Not necessarily consciously, that's why I say at some point in our lives we've all done it. Even if it's from small with friendships. Right, but the point is, you learn people as you go, and you have to learn people as you go, because we're constantly growing, But there comes a point.
Just
I don't know.
Girls are like, get me now. Get me now.
You know the wrong girls. So, but the point is that if you kind of go into everything with that mentality of let's kind of see how it goes, let's just get to know each other as we're going on. Sometimes there's too much to learn, and there's not enough space to acknowledge certain things. So it then becomes for a lot of people, because when I say too much to learn, but not enough space to do it.
It's you having the capacity to comprehend who a person is.
Yeah.
That's what it is, because it's like, if you know yourself, you know what you need. And then just with that, you know what they need.
Right, you've got a basic
and
level,
then
and then everything else just comes as time goes.
All you'll be really doing is mirroring you. Because you can see you and know what you are consciously, and then know, wait, hold up, she may need that or she may not have that, but guess what? This is where I can help if she's willing to receive. So it's not just communication. Comprehension is imperative. It's there, neck and neck. If there's communication and no comprehension, then you're off. If there's comprehension
but
no communication, you actually might be able to see it, because it's like, oh, because I can comprehend this, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm gone.
But when you've got comprehension with somebody, you actually can. There's words. As I say, it's the unspoken things in it. What's unspoken is still spoken, because your brain is able to see, hear, and understand. So you're like, I'll be like, he didn't say it, but yeah, I know. No, he didn't like that.
I was going to touch on that, because I think because a lot of people are not really as tuned in to themselves, the way they think we should be communicating might be misinterpreted. So, for me, I think you don't need to tell me anything, because you're already communicating through your micro everything.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people don't get into that saying, okay, like intentionally working on themselves so they can see you beyond what you're saying, beyond how because for me, I can respond to you without even you knowing I've already seen you're in a dark place.
What you're saying is key, because as I've said, this is why you won't see me having conversations with people.
Because I've already responded.
Because I'm already at a place where I don't require what you're offering based on where I'm at. So I'm not looking for anything.
Yeah.
Whoever comes in my space, I know that's divine. That's supposed to happen. But other than that, sorry, I don't need an explanation. Just like my man who violated and did whatever he did. To me, you're dead now. You know what I'm talking about. Like, once you don't have to speak to me.
Yeah.
It's not about me. This is you. And you showing me who you are. I don't need nothing else. Because you can violate me. That's not about me. It's about you. Because I ain't done you nothing. So it don't make no sense.
But it's true. And it's the unspoken stuff, which is where people think that dealing with things, especially communication, is spoken. It's all with no, but you're also not communicating another way to me, which we can't even speak on because you don't understand yourself yet.
You don't even
that's
know
why it's hard.
People have been in abusive, like kids will be in abusive relationships, watching their parents be abusive to each other, watching their family, siblings be abusive, be in toxic relationships. So their definition of love, their definition of sorry is I'm sorry, whack, and seeing their mum's face get bounced.
I don't understand how we get to where we
buy some roses tomorrow, say sorry again, and then do it.
So
later
you want
on
that
Christmas.
person to stand in front of my face and say sorry? Keep your topic. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Of course, it makes sense.
You need to really deep.
Not even knowing, like, the language that we use with the energy and the intention makes a lot of the shit that we have said cursings.
Yeah.
And then we can't figure out, oh shit, we're in this space stuck because we don't even realize
What's
that
going
the
on
language that we've been using had been used against us this whole time. And we've been saying some really crassy shit, and it's all happening, and it's like, yo, like, what have I done to deserve this? Oh, guess what? You've been manifesting this for years.
Yeah.
Just you didn't know.
And you didn't even know.
But with that said, I was gonna say even the term with the whole like understanding, overstanding, and understanding. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand themselves, right? So if you've got someone that's in a place now, like say for example, Fash, you're saying someone can't bring you to that place because you know you, but if you're like that or you're in that space and you meet someone that doesn't know themselves yet, you kind of, in one sense, you can't blame them. Yeah, because they're going by what they've been taught, whether it be by society, by parents, however. So now when you're faced with...
It is, I keep hearing his voice when you're talking because of what he would say. You're the devil!
Well, no, but the point is, if they're at a space, if they're in a space where they haven't learnt themselves yet, it's not even about simply just, I haven't said sorry, or I have said sorry, or this or that. As you, like you said, if that's what they've been taught, that's what they know. Yeah, so they can only come to you with that. So, right, we were saying the unspoken, spoken thing. You might be able to read them before they're able to read themselves. So you're thinking, oh, they don't like this, they don't, but they may not even know yet that they don't like it, or they don't know why they don't, because it could be something that's trauma-led. It could be anything.
One of the biggest things that you're saying on such a simple term, and this is not even a dissecting minds thing, is have you tried Octopus? And someone will be like, no, I don't like Octopus. And you'll be like, have you tried it? And they'll be like, well, no. So how would you know you don't like Octopus? It's exactly the same thing with anything across the board. Is people just don't really know themselves, and if you don't know yourself, you don't know what you do or don't like, or what you do or don't need as to what you're saying. So then, going back to the mythical person he's talking about, yeah, when you hear the information that was relayed, my response, it was funny. My response, it was funny. Someone else hearing that, it could have been a real toxic situation, environment. But I understand me, so therefore it's a humorous, funny scenario because.
But with that, it just highlights who we are.
Yeah.
Because
and where we're
with
at.
him, he would want to explore and understand, which is beautiful. With me, it's a cut off point. I've heard, that's it. Because
that's experience.
Your actions don't.
I'm still learning.
No, but look, you're necessary. As I said, Professor X Magneto. but they're both important.
I love it, you know.
Balance.
They're both important. It's balance. Like we need that. Like we need the magnetos. You get what I mean?
Can I say, there's another thing in there. No, just because there's the other side of this is that there's obviously so many people that are so traumatized and so fucked up that it's perpetuating that cycle, if that makes sense. So we have no hope in the world right now because of the different approach. Because we're not blaming you, we're taking responsibility and accountability for ourselves. That's the problem at the moment, is because when you get into a place of taking absolute accountability for everything you do, and that's not reciprocated on the other side, because of how the system has set you up to think, well, it's everyone else's fault for my problems. That is the problem, is being able to have, because there's like not as many healthy models as there is trauma models.
Right.
So it's easier for us to access, and then you're also justified by the community to respond in that way. Whereas we have, like, this is what this is about, obviously, but it's about having the alternative where you can say, well, if you don't agree with someone or something, you haven't communicated in the right way, how do you move past that? What's the next steps?
And just to end, oh God. No, it just went, but hey.